Welcome to our short presentation about next generation strategy. The rapid digital development also affects business strategy development today. An active strategy today must be digital to be able to build trust and acceptance in any organization. It should be digitally, visual, integrated and dynamic and support a process of constant change. The next generation strategy means that we are taking the strategy work from the traditional way of working with heavy documents and databases to a fully digitally click-only strategy that matches the new dynamic way of working. What differentiates a dynamic strategy from a traditional static strategy? The static strategy is usually sequential and it usually requires a restart for any major changes. It is management dependent and has a top-down characteristics. The dynamic model, on the other hand, is agile and adaptive because the communication is visual. The communication is instant and takes place directly from top down to bottom up. The digital visual strategy also creates an inspired leadership and enhances institutional or practical intelligence, which is often called tacit knowledge in the organization. The sequential strategy process follows a well-developed procedure starting with a traditional formulation, followed by the implementation throughout to execution. But it doesn't have to mean that the sequential process is wrong per se, but in all, it takes time to develop and is less changeable once it has been signed off. We do support the sequential process, but then more in the implementation and execution phases. The dynamic process still has the same steps as the static process, but the difference here is that with our model, all parts are constantly being continually shared. For example, doing the analysis can be an ongoing process that can control the strategy continuously and to feed with updates on actions in any chosen actual strategy. One of the perhaps most fundamental advantages in our model is that it is possible to work with multiple strategies at the same time, as the strategy process and method is generic. In addition to this, support is given with our digital technology platform, which is organized like a hub and spoke model. In essence, that is possible to have a growth strategy while developing a change strategy or a control strategy and more. All these ongoing strategies then work as input to related strategies. Strategy in its generic form implies that the model for all strategies have the same structure, language, process and implementation pattern. It is digital and dynamic with respect to changeability. The major advantages of our next generation strategy are that it is dynamic, meaning adaptive and agile, visually clickable, and with the visual format gives you the full context of the chosen strategy. All of the implementation is based on the selective critical capabilities of the business, also popularly known as capability-driven strategy. The digital platform provides several advantages and initiatives such as analytical functions like synergy analysis that drive cost effectiveness and more to that. We provide a quick start up, either you get your new strategy up and running or take your existing strategy into our model and into execution. Ease of use and straightforwardness is our mode of operation and of course a prerequisite for success. So don't hesitate, jump on the dynamic and digital strategy work model now. Thank you.